So who can register? It's a little bit different than who can vote. To register to vote, you need to be a US citizen, 17 years old at least, a New Jersey resident, and you had to be a resident of the county that you're voting in for at least 30 days before the election. If you just recently moved and it's been less than 30 days from the when the election will be happening, you might have to go to your original or your older polling place. And you have to not be currently incarcerated. So a person not serving a sentence of incarceration as the result of a conviction of any indictable offense under the laws of this or another state or of the United States. So state jail, federal jail, you cannot be incarcerated. However, the governor did mandate this year that if you are on parole or probation, you can vote. Your votes are reinstated, which is fantastic. That opens up the opportunity for a lot more people to express their right to vote. So also to register, you need to, if you're registering for the primaries, on your registration application, you'll need to form a party affiliation, and we'll go over that a little. So there are two ways to register this year. You can register paper application, which has been the norm up until this point. And now this year, because of the pandemic, you can also register online. And I have this website down here. This is a very important website. This is where you can go to register. But let's show what the paper application looks like. So you're going to go to that website, and you want to click on your county when you get to that website, and it'll show you the paper application for that county. Each county could be a little bit different. This one specifically for my county, but you'll note that number one, really important. So this is the voter registration application, free to print out. And number one says check all boxes that apply. So it's either a new registration, or you're updating your address, which could change your polling location. You're changing your name and your signature, or it could be a signature update, which is important. If either of those things changed and you go to vote and your information doesn't match what they have on file, you might not be able to vote without further clarification, further certification. So if you changed your name, if you updated your signature, if you changed your address, you're going to need to change this on this form, or you can do it online. We'll go over that next. If you're voting in a primary, you need to pick a party affiliation. So to vote in the primaries, you have to be affiliated with a political party, Democrat or Republican. You can do that here. You can also change back to undeclared if you want. So if you did claim a party, say you were a Democrat and you want to switch to Republican, or you were Republican and you want to switch to Democrat, or you want to go undeclared, you can also do that at any time. And you can do that by clicking or choosing this box. And then you'll see also vote by mail on this application, because before this year, you used to have to apply to vote by mail. But because of the virus and the pandemic, the governor has made it extremely accessible and easy for everybody who is registered to vote. So the rest of the boxes are pretty self-explanatory. Your name, your location, are you a US citizen? And then this box down here is important. You need to sign and date here. And then this is someone, if you had someone help you fill out the form, this is where they put their information. So this is the front of the paper, and this is the back of the paper. So it could be one page. Some tips up here again on how you can register. You need to be 17 years old, United States citizen. Registration deadline is 21 days before an election. So again, that is October 13th. And then if you have any questions, they give their website and their phone number right here. And then it's really easy to send this in, to mail this in. You see this line here and it says fold. You're going to fold this part down. And then number two, fold here. You're going to fold this part up, and there's a little diagram to show you here. You put a little piece of tape on it, and then you just stick it right in your mailbox. No postage necessary, so it is free. You don't need a stamp. It is free to print out and free to send in, completely free to register to vote. And this is if you do it by application. So this is the online registration. So this is the website I mentioned earlier, which is also in the handouts on the resources if you need. But you'll notice that it has the official state logo, the state seal at the top, along with the governor's name. And then there's this title bar. So we're going to go to where it says register to vote. And then we're going to scroll down. And it has a lot of information here. So specifically, we're going to do online registration. So again, it gives you those things you need to be in order to register, like 17 and a US citizen. But you're going to come down here, click this button, and it gives you a bunch of different language options. So whatever you're more comfortable reading. You're going to need your date of birth and one of the following, either a driver's license, an ID card, or a social security number. So again, if you're in the wrong spot and you would rather print out the paper form or see if you're registered, they have those helpful links down there. So we're going to click Get Started. And then again, it wants to certify that you are a US citizen, a New Jersey resident, that you've been in the state and the county for at least 30 days, that you're at least 17 years old, because you need to be at least 17 to register, and you're not currently incarcerated. So then you're going to hit next. You're going to enter in your information. And here's where you can enter in your name, your birthday, and then if you're using your social security number, you would put that there. And then you would have to upload your signature. So you could either use a touch device to do your signature, or you can upload a picture of it. And then if you have someone helping you, this is where they would enter in their information. It's all pretty self-explanatory. And then I can't go on because I'm not entering in the information, but then you would then pick your political party if you wanted to be affiliated with a party. And then again, it's going to be pretty black and white. It's going to ask you questions. You just fill it in and then you submit it and you are registered. Super easy to do online. Doesn't take any time, just a few minutes. And it should all just be information you already have on hand, like your ID or social security number or driver's license. So if you're not sure if you're registered, you're going to, on that same website, you'll see right here it says, am I registered? You're going to click that and this page will pop up. All you need is your first name, your last name, and the month and year of your birthday. You don't need the day, just the month and the year. And it gives you some tips here, down at the bottom. So if you have a hyphen or a space, it might affect the, if it, pops up. Did you change your name due to marriage? You might want to use your maiden name if your married name isn't working. And then if you have a middle initial, but the county doesn't have a middle initial, it might not work. So that's why I say you could just leave out the middle initial, just do your first name and your last name. And then nicknames won't match either. So Kate isn't going to match Catherine and Jim won't match James. So you want to write your full first name, your full last name, the month and the year of your birthday. And then I did my information. So this is what should pop up. If you are registered, your information will pop up. If you're not registered, it might say, nothing found. Something important to note here. So it has my name, it has my date of birth, it has when I registered, and then down here it has current registration status as active. That is extremely important because there's active and there's inactive. An inactive voter is a voter whose address has come into question. So the main way that the counties receive this information is by the sample ballots that are sent before each election. If a sample ballot was ever returned or marked as undeliverable or indicates that the voter has moved, that voter is then put into an inactive status and is sent a confirmation notice informing them that they have until the second federal general election after the date of the notice to update their voting record or appear to vote and complete the necessary form, or they will be removed from the voting rolls. So if you moved and you forgot to change your address, they sent out a notice and you didn't get it, you might be marked inactive. If 2 general elections go by and you don't vote, you don't update your status, you are then unregistered. So this could happen if someone moves out of state. This could happen if someone passes. It could just happen if someone moves and forgets to update their information. So that's why it's really important. I check, even though I know I'm registered and I vote in every election, even local elections, but I still check every once in a while to make sure everything looks right, that my city and my county, which are my polling place, look right, that I'm active. It doesn't hurt to check. It literally just takes me entering in my name and my birthday. So I check every once in a while, especially if I'm really excited to vote in an election. I want to make sure everything looks good. So if it says active, if you are an active registered voter in New Jersey, you should have received a ballot in the mail. If it has arrived by October 12th, you can track your ballot status online at vote.nj.gov or contact your local county clerk, which is located on the county election officials page. And you can find all of that information on here too. So right here it says, if you're having trouble finding your voter record, your current status is inactive, or you have any questions, please contact your county commissioner of registration here. And this is a link. You can click that and it will pop up with an option for you to find your county commissioner of registration.